This is college football at its absolute best.
Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne.
I think I got my swagger back. Oh.
I love it, baby. Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! By Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre, and Tennessee can say hello win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now.
McGrath for the win. He got it. If you don't like college football and you watch this one, I'm not sure what your problem is.
Reddit did to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Sunday, March 1st. It's crazy. I can't believe it's already March.
Undefeated in March.
Did you stay up all last night for that John Rothstein tweet to hit?
No, I didn't.
No, that was my signal. Go to bed.
Oh.
No,
No,
I'm just kidding. I'm old. I think I fell asleep before the game was over last night. I'm so old. It's shocking to do what now?
Been a good time to go to sleep.
Yeah. Tuesday night I wasn't able to watch much of the game and tuned in just to watch us lose. So Saturday night, I wish I'd fallen asleep before the end of that one. It would have been nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's March. It's a couple weeks ago it was snowing out, and now it's short sleeve shorts weather.
The past 2 days have been incredible.
Yeah, my allergies are kicking my butt because of it, but yeah, I enjoy it.
You
When I'm not sneezing or blowing my nose, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I guess
just
my
get back
body's
in the
not
swing of
used to
things,
it
you know?
yet, but I am excited for it. When I get over this, I'll be more than ready.
That's just East Tennessee. That's just living. Welcome.
Yeah. It's funny, I get allergy shots once a week, and I was like, I should not feel like this. But
You get allergy
Yeah.
shots once a week.
yeah. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I started a couple months ago.
I'm impressed with that level of commitment. Honestly.
Yeah. And I don't like needles, but I just kind of suck it up. I tell myself that I'm not a P word every time I go in there. And
Does it feel worth it now, though? If you're still getting your butt kicked by allergies? I don't know how this works. I am not.
yeah, I mean, it's
Scientists,
more
but
like
me.
this is just like a seasonal thing, but I think it
It's-
helps when it's not like obviously like season changing and stuff like that. It's probably better because I'm taking allergy shots, but also like dog hair and like everything throughout the day. Like I don't feel as bad. So I definitely think it's worth it.
Can you get them to like boost it up right now? Like, can you go in whatever day and be like, hey, we gotta.
I'm in like a program, so like they like work me up my dosage.
I don't know the way you said that. All right, yeah,
Yeah, no one gives a rat's ass about my allergy shot. Basically.
I'm interested because you're sitting here complaining about them. I'd be pretty pissed if I had to go every week and I feel like crap from this.
I mean, this is the
I'm
worst I've
interested.
felt, so I'm
Okay. I think you need to go in and be like, hey, we got to get this going. We gotta. I'm ready.
Yeah.
You've weaned.
Just-
I'm put it on.
just
me.
pump me full of it.
Yep. Yeah. I think this is the week. Go for it. If you're going to get allergy shots, you do that this week too. Because this week will kick a lot of people's butts, especially when we go like high of 75 this week, and then next week's a low of 40, and then we're back to 75. So just prepare. If you're a native East Tennessean, you know this, but just a warning to all. It's happening. It's March. We've arrived.
We're here. It's so weird we call it March Madness, but like isn't the majority of the tournament in April? Is that true?
Not the majority, but probably like the craziest parts.
Okay.
I see Trey shaking his head. I mean, you have like all the conference tournaments obviously in March, and then I think the first 2 rounds are in March. Right?
Oh, okay. So conference tournaments do matter.
I don't think I mean, I would argue they don't. They should. I would argue they don't.
Yeah.
But I feel like the craziest like wins and losses happen in the conference tournaments.
Yeah.
That's where
I would
like
just,
the real Cinderellas come alive in my mind.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would just like it to be like March. I don't know why like we finish it in March Madness in April. That seems dumb to me, but
I couldn't get muted in time.
there you go. There you go. You need allergy shots.
That's my first sneeze of March. I don't know if that's true. Yeah, I don't know if I. So you're saying everyone's talking about expanding the tournament. You want to shrink it so that we can finish it in March.
I just think like that week that we do conference tournaments that don't matter, we should just start the tournament.
Don't do that because I love the Sun Belt tournament, the gauntlet. Where
we'll just move it up a week.
Have you seen the? Do you know what I'm talking about? The Sun Belt tournaments, like format. So it's essentially bracketed where I don't know how many teams are in it, but bracketed where like the 1 and 2 seed are already in the semifinals. And everyone else has to play to get there. So like,
okay,
let's just say there's that. Yeah. And so if you are the last seed, you have to win however many games that is to get to the tournament final.
I love that. You get to like the final boss.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I like
it's a Super Smash Brothers game.
No, I mean, this is what we should have done a long time ago. So shout out. Who does that? The Sun Belt, you said?
The Fun Belt, yeah.
Shout out Sun Belt. Trey did say all games except for the Final Four are in March this year. So okay.
I think I think that's relatively how it is because it usually finishes up. I'll go ahead and drop it in my birthday, which is usually around the second weekend in April. So
okay,
it's usually the final is around that time. Usually before, but sometimes after that second weekend in April.
Does Tennessee make it to the second weekend? Not in April, but in the second weekend.
No.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
No lead's safe. No lead is safe with those guys, unfortunately. Not in a good way either. That I wish I could say that as like they're the comeback kids. No, it's in the bad way. They can get out to whatever lead they want, and it doesn't matter. No lead's safe.
I mean, I don't really have anything to say about that. Like we just
at home.
You lead the whole game until 22 seconds left.
That last possession was hilarious. That's bad playing. That's bad coaching. That's just bad basketball.
Why is JP Estrella? Why are we switching?
I don't know. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Which that's what's so frustrating is if this was a one-off deal. If this was the one time it happened, Nate Ament gets hurt, whatever. You have Akpara with they didn't say what it was, but struggling with illness. You can justify, like you can say, oh, like move past this, whatever. But no, this is the 6th time it's happened.
Yeah, I think Grant Ramey had all of them tweeted out, which was not fun. I actually muted Grant Ramey because of it, not because I don't like Grant Ramey, just because I did want to see it again. He said leads given up this season: 17 versus Kentucky, 14 at Kentucky, 13 versus Alabama, 12 versus Kansas, and 10 at Missouri. So, yeah, I guess that's 5. Five
so
double-digit leads.
I hope we don't. March will be much more enjoyable if our season just ends sooner rather than having to hang on to whatever. We're not a good enough basketball team, so let's just move on.
Yeah, like it sucks because we're now into March, and I'm looking forward to this season being over. I just can't take it anymore. And it really sucks because you have one of the best basketball players, probably, I don't know best right now, but probably one of your most talented basketball players in your history is on this basketball team, and it's this frustrating to watch.
Yeah. I did. I looked at that Grant Ramey tweet and someone said, Rick Barnes, greatest coach in school history. I mean, he still probably is. I think that just says more about the Tennessee program than you realize.
Yeah. I don't know. So, I mean, let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Since we're on Rick Barnes, do you just kind of want to see, like, are you willing to kind of blow this thing up at this point and just see like what happens next?
We just gave him a lifetime contract. No.
I'm just asking. I'm not saying that.
And then like I hear
well, there's a lot of people that think that.
It's a business. It's a business. Then we shouldn't be paying these absurd buyouts. No.
Yeah.
If you are Danny White has to raise ticket prices, you don't understand business supply and demand. Then he can't go give a guy a lifetime contract and then fire him. That's bad business. And it's the same people who are like ticket prices because do the same. No, you can't have it both ways. You were happy about the lifetime contract, or you weren't, but you think Danny White's the greatest AD of all time. Well, you can't go fire someone he gave a lifetime contract to. It's not how it works.
Like, would you hope Rick Barnes retired then? Not fired.
It sucks because we thought the last 2 years we thought he adjusted so well to like this, not one and done because it's not just NBA guys, but like the transfer portal style of one and done. And then this year, this team can't put it together. I'll say this: I wouldn't be upset if he left, but I'm not necessarily rooting for it.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I'm curious of how it kind of works out. Like, if he was to leave, like, who does Tennessee even go get?
Yeah, Nate Oates, obviously. Him and Danny White have history, right?
Well, he's terrible against Tennessee, so except for this night. I will say this. Alabama won, like, what, 7 in a row up to this point? I did do an emotional hedge, Caleb. I will tell you that.
I hate that. I'll tell you that.
I haven't bet in months.
I hate that. Even worse. Why are you telling me that?
Until last night.
Good Lord. This is kind of on you. I don't even know if I should use the word kind of. This is on you.
No, I'm usually the opposite. Like, I usually lose. I'm a terrible bettor, so I usually lose that bet.
How much? How much did you win?
Well, how much was it? It was like 40.
If it's a lot of money, if it's a lot of money, I'm going to be pissed.
No,
okay.
40 something.
Okay.
It was the grocery money. That's what it was.
Ravens coffee money.
When I say grocery money,
for the
it
day.
Was like I bought like 5 things.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I mean, whatever. I'm not going to sit here and defend Rick Barnes right now on the product that's on the court because, the moment I saw, so Alabama started to claw back into it late in the second half. They got it to like 6 points before Nate Oates randomly got teed up.
Yeah.
And then the moment we started running away with it again, I was like, yeah, that's it. That's over. Somehow, some way. I needed it to be a close game, like 10 minutes left in the half, not the way it was going.
This Latrell Wright sell, how many points does he score a game? 13. Okay, that was better than I thought. It was better than the T.O. Overton we talked about last time, where I was like, there's no way he averages a lot of points per game. It's probably like 8. Looked at it, 8.8 points per game. So, I don't know. I don't know how like guys just continue to have their career nights against Tennessee. I mean, this guy was 6 for 9 from 3. We can't even do that from the free throw line, Caleb.
Yeah, and I agree with what Monty just said. We win that game with Nate, but at the same time, we've lost these games with Nate. So I'm not. Yeah. It's not like that was the sole reason we gave up a 17-point lead.
Yeah, you were up 15 points with Nate Ament out of the game.
Yeah.
And you win that game, like if he probably plays the whole thing, sure. But still, it's like this team couldn't like find a way to just hold on. I think in the last 12 minutes, we scored 14 points. And I think Alabama scored like 31.
Yeah. It's bad. I can't believe we only had 6 turnovers in that game too. You give up a 17-point lead, you only had 6 turnovers.
Yeah, like we weren't sloppy, we were just bad. Also,
put that on a
Ethan
t-shirt.
Ethan Berg continues to give me hope that I could somehow make it as a college basketball player. Like, what the hell? Sorry for cussing.
I wish I could. I don't know. I wish I could give you anything on this game. I wish I could give you anything on this team. I'm ready to make a decision about this basketball team, Landon. I told you forever I don't know anything about them. It's hard to judge them. Can't finish. They stink. They can't finish. It's my official. I know this basketball team.
Yeah, Tennessee's missing a guard. They don't have one besides Jacoby. That's it. They don't have one. They needed one in the portal. They didn't get one, and it showed the entire year. They do not have another scorer if Jacoby and Nate aren't scoring 20 points apiece.
Yeah. It's fun times.
And I can't really just sit here and be like, well, our bigs sucked again because, like, they weren't terrible in this game.
They weren't terrible, but we also put them in bad situations. Switching JP to Phylon. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, hello, like they were going to do that the whole time.
Yeah.
And you just left him out on an island. He can't even defend a post, let alone a guard.
I'm over it, but I'll be tuned back in to South Carolina.
Also,
I don't know why I keep putting myself through this. Why do we all keep putting ourselves through this?
Yeah, I'm with you. Why in the world do you recruit a basketball player from Israel and he shoots a wide open 3 before the half and you pull him out yelling at him that he took a wide open 3?
I'm not getting political on here, so I'm not going to say anything.
You recruited him, and you're mad that he shot a wide open 3?
That's
you put him in the game.
It's a Rick Barnes special. He's what, a 23-year-old freshman?
You put
Still
him
a freshman
in the game.
Rick Barnes odds.
God, Jacoby Gillespie had 8 steals. I'm over it, man. I'm ready for it to just let's get our 6th seed or whatever we're going to get in the tournament. And I mean, that's going to be, we're going to play like Miami of Ohio or somebody like that in the first round. And it's going to be the game that everybody's like, oh, that's the upset. What, it would be an 11 seed, right? If we were 6. Is that right?
Yeah.
Ugh. What are we in the SEC? We're 6 right now? That's embarrassing.
Well,
the SEC's not even good. We're 6th.
We're the 5 seed. Oh, good. We get to play Yale, Trey says. Right now, as it stands.
Yale? Yeah, we're definitely losing.
Who was it got ejected in that Auburn Yale game?
What'd you say?
Who was it that got ejected in that Auburn Yale game before they lost? That was, by the way, that's what that guy responded. Greatest coach of all time is Bruce. So that's a good tie back in. Both of our greatest coaches in the argument will have lost to Yale in the tournament. So, up for them.
A bunch of guys that can shoot threes, hit their free throws, and not turn the ball over. I mean, disaster for Tennessee.
Do you know that about Yale, or is that a stereotype?
It's a stereotype. 100%.
Okay.
I know nothing about Yale.
I figured. I just wanted to check.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they had to play smart basketball, Caleb.
I don't know. I mean, they definitely have a. Okay, I thought it might be this player, but I want to make sure. So the player we're talking about is Chad Baker-Mazara, who, funny enough, was ejected from his own program today. So,
yeah. What did anybody know? Like, what happened with that? It just said the school went out.
It sounds like the Kansas situation. And Musselman was like, "Yeah, you're not that good." So yeah.
I mean, they had like what, 2 games left? Are they even like good?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
They're
about
11th in the Big Ten. No, they're terrible. Okay. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I should probably just go get a job.
Yeah, he's looking at transfer.
Yeah, he's getting another year. He's
26 years old.
He'll go to Mississippi and win.
That's insane.
Don't come to Knoxville. You will not win. Yeah, USC's lost 5 in a row. I think that was a little bit of I think he was just ready to wrap it up. Like, I mean, I got 2 more games. And to make it to the tournament, we would have to beat Michigan? No, thanks. What would that would be their final boss, I guess, would be Michigan.
USC's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Michigan in that one. I know that's a hot take, but
he didn't want to get beat by Yale again. After they'd beat us, then they'd play Yale.
He technically didn't get beat by Yale. He got ejected very early in that one. For very randomly hitting that guy. It was very obscure.
I mean, you could maybe argue he got beat by Yale twice.
Okay. Do we know? Have we heard about Nate's? Does that come out yet?
About Nate?
Yeah.
Well, it was so weird. He was running and he was like warming up after halftime and then never went back in.
It is weird.
We saving him.
He got folded. Year. He got folded like a lawn chair.
Yeah. We're saving him for next year.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Because a lot of people think he could use another year of college basketball.
Right.
I love how people think that college basketball is where all development happens, and there's zero development in the NBA.
Right. Well,
they get worse when they get to the NBA.
I mean, surely you know, it's it's hard to develop when you have guys like Bronny taking roster spots. Pretty sick though. He can do his dad's warm up thing.
Ethan Bird is our Bronny. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna need you to move on because I'm not commenting on that situation.
Let's bring in Trey to get us some news because I'm tired of talking about the basketball team. I don't know what happens. We'll see. I got no faith.
We don't have to talk about basketball anymore. But it is March, so we are talking a little bit about brackets. Lady Vols finally got their seed. Changing topics a little bit, but
is it? I mean, we're still losing.
I know, but I feel like it's March. You got to talk about brackets now that it's out. They finished with the 6th seed after the loss to Vanderbilt. They will play on it's this week over in Greenville. They'll play on Thursday, and they'll play the winner of Missouri-Auburn. And if they win that, they'll play on Friday versus Texas. So
they're a 6 seed.
They
The men
are
and
the
the women
6
are
seed.
going to be the 6 seed in the conference tournament. Good God.
I did find that pretty
Danny
funny.
White's doing a great job, Landon. I don't want you to say a word about it. He's doing phenomenal.
Softball school.
Softball school. But no, more.
They wear orange pants
Yeah,
talked
we
about that
went
the other-
from
a little while ago.
everything to one thing real quick.
You're out on baseball's not all the way back.
I need to see another weekend.
Okay.
He needs to see a 3-game set versus Wright State to really give himself some
Wright
confidence.
State beat Kent State in the midweek, so I don't know what I'm going to do.
We don't have to talk about basketball anymore or baseball right now, but I shifted topics to college football. My boy Ross Dellinger, he's one of my favorite guys. As long as we're doing these segments, I'll talk about Ross Dellinger a lot. He sent out a tweet about on Monday, the NCAA reached out to all the schools. And the VP Enforcement, John Duncan, announced that the D1 Board of Directors has charged the staff to pursue significant penalties for tampering violations. So it's kind of like this is one of the first times I feel like the biggest domino to fall after Dabo's big cry saga. And then following up later on the week, obviously this year was the first time of the first portal. We're only having one portal, but the big word is now these players they're going to transfer out. Obviously there's no portal, but NCAA did propose some stiff penalties if teams start to pick up these players. One of them being the head coach, if they would pick up a player, like let's say, player at Alabama, they go through winter workouts, spring rolls around, they said, hey, I'm out of here. I'm just going to drop out of school. I'm a college student. I'm going to go somewhere else for the fall or the summer. If that school, let's say that kid at Alabama transfers to Tennessee, Josh Heupel would have to miss 6 games during the season. The head coaches, 6 games, and the school would be fined 20% of its entire football budget. The reason why I bring these up, I think it is really interesting that a lot of people this last year have said, we need some changes, we need some rules, and I feel like NCAA, these are stiff, but I feel like these are rules that are kind of needed for the sport right now.
I agree, but I don't think it'll pass.
Yeah, I need to see it happen to somebody before I'm thinking it's going to be a thing.
Yeah, because they could say, "Hey, we want this rule," and implement it, but until they make where they go after a school, the school doesn't sue them back. Yeah, I don't know if it ever means anything, has any teeth.
But I think it's interesting though, because I feel like these are the first time the NCAA has come out with a set of rules that a lot of people are like, hey, that makes sense. We'll see if it holds, but they're doing something, because I think a lot of people think the break off is coming, especially this past week, the SEC and the Big Ten, they came together and put some rules in front of Congress as well. It's like, hey, we need help. It's very strange times. I didn't even fully understand that. That's why I didn't bring it up for this segment in full detail. But I think when the NCAA is like, hey, if we want to kind of keep this where it is right now, we got to put some stiff rules in. So,
yeah, I don't really understand the whole Congress thing. Was this just a random thing that just sorry, NCAA, we got to go over your head kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
That's how I interpret it, especially, when it was the Big Ten and the SEC going together. So, but
I think that's
rules,
really funny because they're the ones tampering.
Absolutely.
I mean, the SEC and the Big Ten, those are the only conferences that really care about football. So
Speaking of rules, one other news thing I always like when leagues introduce new rules. For example, I liked when the MLB and AAA and their minor league systems, they started out with the pitch clock or like the robot umpires. I think that stuff's cool. Sometimes it doesn't stick, but I don't know if you guys saw it. The UFL came out with their rules for 2026. Really interesting stuff. So there's 7 really big ones. The first one is 60 plus yard field goals. If you go out and attempt one, it's 4 points if you make it. 1 foot in bounds is a catch. So, going back to the college, get the 2 feet out of there.
I hate both of these rules. I want to go ahead and say that.
Well,
I despise both of these.
Red zone penalties revert to the half of the distance to the goal. The tush push was banned. And this is my favorite, this next one.
Wait, red zone penalties revert half the distance for offense and defense?
Yes. Yeah.
I hate that rule. Okay.
This is my favorite. No punting inside the opponent's 50-yard line. Just can't do it.
I kind of like that rule.
Yeah, me too.
I'm okay with that one.
Mm-hmm. And then their overtime rule, they adjusted it. 3 alternating penalties or 3 altering attempts from the 5-yard line. So no, 2-point conversions, anything. Yeah. And then they changed their point after attempts is after you score a touchdown, kick it from the 33-yard line is 1 point, ball at the 2-yard line is 2 points, and a ball at the 8-yard line is 3 points. So I like it. I like to see when these all, what works and what doesn't.
PATs, I don't know why we overcomplicate them. I don't know. Has that ever been? It's not supposed to be an exciting. It's a point after. It's nothing. I don't know.
We
We're
make it more
overcomplicating that
exciting.
one.
At least we
You
get
can make
somebody
it more
hurt on
exciting. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of those rules. As a special teams guy, as a kicker, it's 3 points. What are we doing?
Yeah. I do.
And
Like
kickers are becoming lethal from beyond 60.
I like the no punting inside the 50-yard
I do like
line.
that rule.
Yeah. It's because someone
until somebody is like at the 45 and they get a delay of game and then move
there
back
was
to the 50 just so they can punt.
That's smart. You gotta know the rules.
There was a famous play. I think this was like 4 years ago. Mississippi State versus I think it was like Louisiana Monroe or La Tech or something like that. But it was like 3rd and goal, and it was a fumble on a snap, and it got kicked all the way down to almost the opposing 10, and it was like 4th and goal from the opposing team's 5 because the ball got booted back. And someone quoted these new rules from like, technically Mississippi State would have to go for it here. They couldn't punt the ball from their own 5. So, but yeah, I thought those. I like it when those do new rules and they try to roll them out there so you can see it. That's how the NFL got their new kickoff. They saw it in the UFL and.
Which is horrible. It's the worst.
Yeah, even Donald Trump didn't like it.
Donald Trump's very against that. That's like a one thing I know his stance on for sure.
Yeah. That was the only thing that made sense.
That's all you got from the interview with Josh Pate?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were going to bring up college football trying to go with the NFL socks rule, which I know it's an old man take. I love it. Like, I don't know. There's just I'm sick of all these shorts and no socks and whatever. Just I don't know. Cover your knees. Be a gentleman. This is a gentleman's sport.
I do think it was funny that in all those tweets and posts about it, all of the pictures of all those articles was the Oklahoma kicker. Like, it was very obvious. Like, that was the one guy they were pointing out, like, hey, we don't want this anymore.
That'd be hilarious if that's a catalyst to that. They're like, yeah. Even Kirk Herbstreit made fun of it.
Last thing I wanted to bring up with college football, Pete Nakos did the story here this past week, kind of coming out of all the money in the portal. It's about that time where, you can kind of get those numbers, which school spent the most, very normal names, LSU, Texas, Ohio State, those very normal ones. But, it finally came out that LSU was the number 1. And did you guys see, if you didn't see, I want you to guess how much money LSU spent on their roster with NIL.
35 million.
$40 million.
I also don't believe that to a degree, but I do at the same time. I don't know. I'm still cautious about all these numbers because why could Joey Aguilar's lawyers not just be like, it's right here? this is how much he could have made. But they were real dodgy and weird about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But I
I don't understand that either because it keeps being brought up of like, I mean, Brennan Sorsby, there's that $10 million that he basically got to go to Texas Tech. But like, I mean, it's people are reporting that. We can't use that as evidence. I'm with you. I don't know how like Joey Aguilar can't just be like, well, this guy gets this, or this guy got that, or this is how much I got last year, and I had a pretty good year. I could probably make more.
I think rev share is the only one they allow us to, because it's university money that it's like this is actually what they were made until it's strict rev share, which I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. I get it, the numbers out there, but still, when I see $40 million for a roster, that's crazy money.
Yeah, especially considering all that's coming from like child cancer research. That's even crazier.
Yep.
And then in 3 years, like $40 million, that's going to be everybody's going to have a $40 million roster. It's just going to keep going up and going up.
Yeah, inflation.
I just don't know. Something has to give, though, right? Like you can't keep going to donors, or unless you're in Arkansas with a Tyson chicken, you can't keep going back to these guys. I don't understand it.
It's like the Lane Kiffin. He's always got another dream job.
Yeah, how does this affect our economy? Like, am I paying more for my frozen chicken because LSU or Arkansas wants to be good at basketball? These CEOs, like, what do their bonus structures look like now because of college football?
I did see that Arkansas is going to have Tyson on their jerseys, though. That was one of the first stamps that came out. So it's going to look like F1 and NASCAR racers with all the stickers and logos on the jerseys. So
we're definitely going to have Pilot, right?
Pilot is, yeah.
Or Axel,
probably.
Axel's going to be on there.
We are building our empire. There is some relation to that. So I like it. I think Axel's everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
last rule you didn't mention, free kicks could be coming to college football. They're already in high school football in the NFL, but could be coming to college football next year, which is crazy. It doesn't exist in college football, but I'm in. This is a free kick podcast. We love free kicks.
And change is good. Change is supposed to happen. I like it. I like change. But
how do you feel about the running clock like the NFL? Because I think that was a terrible rule change.
I didn't like that rule change. I liked it at first when it came out because I was like, oh, we're going to get some games moving. And then you're still sitting there at 4.5, 4:45. Football games taking that long still. I'm like, it didn't change anything.
Yeah, we got less gameplay and
more timeout time.
More timeout.
That red hat got to, instead of 2 minutes, he's like, I think I've seen like 3:55 on that clock before, which is insane.
That poor red hat guy too, because everyone's booing him, and he probably works at KUB Monday through Friday, and this is his little side gig on the week. Like it's not his call, but everyone just hates it. I mean, I would see him walk out in the field and just get boiling hot, right? Just
I'd
so
fight
bad.
him.
So
if I had the opportunity to fight him.
And
I don't feel bad for him. If I were him, I would change the time. I would be like 2 minutes. We're doing 2 minutes max. We're playing. We're getting this thing rolling.
Or
he has that power,
the ability to like keep it going.
Exactly.
Yeah, hey, no, keep it rolling.
He has that power, and he doesn't use it, and that's on him.
Everyone hates him, and he gets a hot dog and a fountain soda and a bag of chips. That's what he's paid to do his job. So,
I mean, that's kind of a lot of money in that stadium. So
shoot, yeah. That's what I got for the news, though, guys. So, college football heavy. I'm sorry about your basketball team. That's some tough stuff.
Apologies.
Yeah,
hey, it's just the fifth time it's happened. So,
you guys, I was laughing while you guys were talking about getting it over quick. Right now, Joe Lenardi's late to the game. He doesn't have his stuff yet, but according to CBS, Tennessee projected a 5 seed versus Yale, like I talked about. And the 4 seed they would match up against would be Texas Tech, the best 4 seed. And happen they get through Texas Tech, you're matched up with number 1 seed Duke. So,
hell yeah,
could be quick.
Yeah,
it's March.
Let's get it over with.
It's March.
No faith.
You have no
All right.
faith, or are we like you're getting on to us about my lack of faith?
No, I have no faith.
Okay, all right. Just
Zero
making sure we're on the same page.
Zero faith, sir. Vols at the combine.
Let's do it.
I think
Colton Hood's a verified first-round draft pick. That's really it.
He's a dog. Which is insane that he wasn't really talked about a whole lot at Colorado. Obviously, Travis Smith was there, or Travis Hunter, sorry. But they're he was the 400th ranked player in the portal, and now he's going to be a first rounder, and he looked apart. Had a 4.44 40, and then had a really good gauntlet drill as well. So yeah, certified first rounder. Also, Chris Brazel, I thought he did really well with his time. His 40-yard dash at 6.5, running 4.37. Bryson Eason, 5.09 at his defensive tackle 40, which that doesn't really surprise me a whole lot. He was a high school linebacker that just got bigger and bigger and bigger. So I expected him to have a pretty good 40 time. I don't know what his draft stock really looks like. I think he's a late rounder probably, but a quality guy for sure. And then there was Miles Kitzelman, who, man, that's tough.
What is his second time end up being?
It was 4.9. It
was worse, right?
His first one was worse.
Okay. For some reason, I was thinking he looked up at his second. It was okay.
Yeah.
Which that's slow, but didn't necessarily expect it to be faster.
I mean, he was last compared to all tight ends at the combine, so that's brutal.
I think I would have. Yeah, I think sounds about right. We saw him run, right?
Yeah, I mean, I do think at that position, is it really about your 40 time? I mean, I know that's not good at all,
right?
But we're gonna sit here and say Jason Witten was a really good runner.
I think it depends on the type of you got to be able to do the other things really well.
Yeah.
So,
and he wasn't at Tennessee, running go routes,
right?
So, and he didn't have a fantastic year this past year, so I'm not super. I'm actually kind of shocked he got invited to the combine, if I'm being honest.
Sure, yeah.
But I think he did okay. He's going to catch the ball probably well, in the gauntlet drill and stuff like that. So, or he did at the combine. He didn't at Tennessee this past year, but I think Tennessee would probably say he was probably our fourth best tight end in terms of catching the ball for sure.
Yeah, probably.
So, yeah, that was kind of our guys at Joey hasn't done anything yet. Jermon McCoy isn't going through position drills. I think he's going to do stuff at the pro day here. So, not a whole lot of news. I think Colton Hood and Chris Brazel will continue to help their stock, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Somebody asked Chris Brazel, they're like, have you talked to America's team yet? And he's like, the Dallas Cowboys? No, they got plenty of receivers.
I was hoping, the way you said that, I was hoping he wouldn't know who America's team was. That would have been awesome. I would have loved that for Cowboys fans. To find out that this generation doesn't know that.
There was a guy going around, I think, asking that question to everybody, and there was a lot of people like, who?
I was gonna say, in the social media era, they're certainly not anymore.
Yeah, the Chiefs are, right?
I don't know if I just don't know if it exists. It isn't. It's kind of like how there's so many Notre Dame fans because they used to be the only one on TV, and now they're not.
Yeah.
So everyone hates Notre Dame, which is, I think, right. That's correct. That should be how we should hate the Cowboys and hate Notre Dame.
Agreed. Hate them both. There was one thing I wanted to mention. This isn't about the Cowboys. I thought I screenshotted it. Oh, the custom baseball jerseys from University Co-op. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
I thought that is sick.
Yeah, it seems like pretty easy to implement. I mean, it's not like anything special.
No. I mean, it takes them no time to really put that on there.
Right.
Somebody with a cricket machine in the back can get it going. Yeah, I think that's all I had for that, other than Chad Baker Mazzara just peacing out a little early.
Oh, apparently Trey just sent this. Jeremiah Love didn't know who America's team is. So
heck yeah. Oh, Notre Dame.
That's a good point. Yeah, he's like, I played for him. Yeah, of course I talked to him. Cool.
All right, baseball.
I know you were sweating Saturday or Friday after Friday night's game. I don't know if you tweeted Saturday morning or Friday night, but you dropped this feels like a must win. You were careful about the wording.
Dude.
You stand by, was it a must win against Arizona State on Saturday?
I think it was, just because, if they didn't win that game, it was going to be a meltdown. It kind of already was getting to that point.
And it kind of still is, to a degree.
Yeah, but I think you calm the storm a little bit. I think jury's still out on this team and what they can accomplish or what their ceiling could be, but you needed 2 wins out of this weekend. Wherever they came from, you needed 2 wins. And you didn't beat UCLA. There ain't a lot of teams in the country who's going to beat UCLA this year. With what they have in center field, their lineup's good. I don't know if they do it based off left-hander or right-hander, but their center fielder, Gasparino, he batted 8th against us and freaking raked. So, and he has 9 home runs. If they would put him at the top of the lineup, he'd probably have 20.
Right.
So,
yeah, the kid's not getting enough at bats.
Yeah. I was like, that's weird, but yeah, they're a really, there's kind of no breaks in their lineup. And it's funny, Tennessee has been that team where no matter what you do, there is a 7, 8, 9 hole that can go yard at any moment. But this year, Tennessee's just a different ball club. I think they hit it differently. I think that you have more traditional middle infield than you've had in the past. Christian Moore wasn't a true second baseman. Ariel Antigua looks like a traditional second baseman. So I think it's a little different team. Now there were some balls that were hit, especially Levi Clark had one today that was hit 405. It's out in every SEC stadium, including Hoover, but that park was 407 in dead center. So there were some balls that probably definitely gets out in Lindsey Nelson. So you probably I know you didn't score a ton of runs, but those are probably a little bit more if you're playing at a normal college stadium. But I think this is they're going to have to play things differently. I think they're going to need those starters to be really good on the mound, and so far they have been. And they need that bullpen to be solid.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, you get – it's been hard coming from Levi Clark at the 4-hole. Your top 3 has produced the majority of your runs. And you're not getting much from the bottom. So it's just something that maybe they need to get going. They need to get some guys healthy, but they won 2 games. You had a winning weekend, and that's about all you can do. Mississippi State, Yeah, they went to extra innings with UCLA, but at the end of the day, they lost. So you basically had the same weekend that Mississippi State did at number 4 in the country. So um, I think there's some things to build on for sure. Like you wanted to get kind of back, and I don't think anybody's really hitting that panic button. If you win that Saturday game like you should have against Kent State, no one's freaking out about Elander and this team not being good. They are young.
It's also it's March now, so I guess you can freak out now.
Yeah.
Sorry,
1-0 in March though.
Good point.
Yep. So, yeah, we'll kind of see how that plays out, but a big challenge. Midweek you got ETSU, who's beat you a couple times in the midweek. That's always a competitive game. And then you have Wright State coming up on the weekend.
Big week. Get back on track, like fully on track. Obviously, it starts in the midweek, but yeah.
Good to see Chris Newstrom get it going a little bit this weekend. You need to. Manny had a couple hits. I think Levi had a couple hits. So, like, those guys desperately needed to. Levi had a couple hits on the weekend that, it was just right at somebody. And I think Tennessee's had a lot of that kind of going on. As much as we want to sit here and gripe about the offense, like, some of it's really hard off the bat. It's just right to somebody sometimes. That's baseball. But, yeah, that's kind of all I got for baseball. My concern level was at 6. I think it's down to a 4 or 4.5. We'll go 4.5.
Okay. That's a good weekend then.
Yeah.
Which I think the Vols had a good weekend. Friday was obviously disappointing, especially to call back in at the way they did. And then
you're right there.
And get that blown up in one inning.
Couldn't get an out. Yep.
Yeah.
Got to clean up errors. Errors going to beat you.
Yeah. It's a point of emphasis.
Yeah, but then you didn't have any today. I think you had one yesterday, and you won both those games. So got to clean it up. Need that defensive coordinator Ross Kivett to give it his all.
We know it's a point of emphasis. Maybe they'll pop some balloons or something in Monday's practice.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Any questions for baseball or anything else? Shout out, Garrett.
Oh, I thought it said so. Jarrett Garantano. Also, Guantanamo. Is that correct? Is that they mean to do that?
It might have changed again. We had to change how he said his name when he was here. So,
still comfortable with the weekend rotation? I meant to ask that about baseball.
Like starters,
they kept it. Yeah, they kept it going into this weekend.
Yeah, I really like Tennessee's starters. I think they combined for 21 strikeouts between the three of them. So really solid. All of them had quality starts. Obviously, like Teagan got hit a little bit.
I think, but I also think he was I think he might have been like a victim of his own success a little bit. They let him hang around a bit longer maybe than they should have because he was pitching well.
And there's also some like errors that happened that kind of continued innings. So his earned runs weren't that much. I thought he pitched well enough to win. In a lot of those like former Tennessee teams, like you would have won with that lineup. It was just unfortunate. You ran into a buzzsaw at UCLA.
Right.
But yeah, I like the rotation. I like Landon Mack. I like the energy he brings, and I like Evan Blanco on Sunday. I think that's a former Friday night guy that usually you see that's usually like where all the offense comes in. Like those games, like you're seeing like 11-10 and stuff like that. But today you gave up one run. So I think he's really solid on Sunday. And Teagan's just going to get better and better as the more he throws. That velo's good. I think he's working on some more pitches. And he belongs. Which, if you were telling me last year, like, this guy's going to be your Friday night guy, I'm like, ooh. But yeah, I definitely think he's earned the right to be your Friday night guy.
Okay. All right.
Trey, do you have any questions? Okay, Trey's got some questions we can hit real quick.
Yeah, let me get him in here.
Also, guys, go check out our good friends at hoviedrygoods.com. Use promo code MORE for 15% off that that purchase. Not even first. Just that purchase. 15% off hoviedrygoods.com.
I have one question. This came from Michael, and I think he was trying to say Peterson. This is when we were talking about Tennessee basketball. He said, is Peterson worth the number one pick with all the issues or even the top 5? I mean, I don't know.
I'm going to say no.
Number one, maybe you can argue no, but top 5, I mean,
yeah,
he's a good basketball player. He's really good. He may not like basketball. I know we talked about it on Thursday, Landon, or maybe it was last Sunday, but he's really good at basketball.
Yeah, I'm going to go with it's all about need too. Like, is the number one, whoever gets the number one pick, do they need a point guard? Because if not, it's probably Boozer, right?
DeBonsta is the odds-on second to be the number one pick right now.
Okay.
DeBonsta, whichever way you want to pronounce it.
Well, they've lost like 6 in a row. BYU has.
They had a tough loss at West Virginia on Saturday night. Is that right?
Yeah.
Then one question I had, this is when you guys were talking about the football team. I said, out of all the Tennessee players that were participating in the combine this past week, which one do you think will be missed the most for the roster from last year? So you had 7 guys. Which one do you think will be missed the most?
I mean, it's got to be Colton Hood, right? I mean, that defense was not good, but he was the one kind of bright spot on there.
I was going to say, they're so bad, I don't know if he'll be.
I mean, he scored 2 touchdowns this year on defense. So I think it's got to be Colton Hood. I also think Chris Brazzell, like, that is a tough. I know you have some dudes coming in, Rodarius Jackson, Travis Smith. You have Tristan Keys coming in. That's a 5-star. So you have guys to replace him, but I think that's a hard guy to replace with what he was able to do. And I mean, he was your go-to guy when things got tough. I mean, you look back at that Mississippi State game on 4th down, had to have it, and he got you one. So, both Colton Hood for sure, just because you need more on defense, and that was obviously like how you addressed it in the portal kind of told you everything you needed to know about it. But I think Chris Brazzell's a tough one too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably Colton Hood. Yeah, I mean, I would go with Chris Brazzell as my secondary. I mean, it's not Miles Kitselman. Yeah, probably so.
And then last question. It's that time of year when it comes to basketball. I know we're down and out on the team, but is there anyone you want Rick and the staff recruiting back for next year? Like, who do you want him having those conversations with? Because realistically, those conversations are probably happening, if not this week, next week, you know, restructuring those deals. You know, who are you wanting them to sit down with and really try to either convince to stay or, you know, to come back?
I don't even know. I don't know if it'll be like transfer portal wise, but Amari Evans stood out to me like just last night as well. And I don't know if he deserves more playing time, but he probably feels he should be getting more.
Yeah. Nate a minute.
Give him the check. Be like, hey. Yeah.
I mean, same with like Dwayne Brown. Surely that he's not hitting the transfer portal, but
yeah, those freshmen, I feel like you need to kind of keep those guys together. But also, like, I mean, those guys are probably 4-year guys. Is Rick Barnes going to be here 4 more years? Or are those guys going to stay anyway for that period of time? I don't know. I mean, we don't even know if guys will stay a whole year. Look at Chad Baker Mazzara, let alone for 4. So, Yeah, I think those guys. I think Bishop Boswell's like. I know he's not the greatest of all time, but a lot of people appreciated Jamal Meshack for what he was able to do, and he wasn't a great scorer either. So, I think he could fit that same kind of mold. I think JP is a guy that you need to keep around. Obviously, like losing Felix Okpara, you need a big man with experience. I think Jalen Carey might be out of eligibility, so I don't think he'll be back. And even if he wasn't, do you really go down that road again? I don't know.
Yeah. I'm okay with letting him go. I don't know if he is, but
I know one guy I'd let go.
Who?
The guy who is just as good as me at basketball. I mean, we are the same.
Okay.
That's all we got question-wise, though, fellas. So,
All right.
All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. Have a great week. We'll see you back on Thursday. And I got some more content coming your way, so stay tuned for that. Keep following us on all social media platforms. And have a good night. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.
Home run, slam dunks, give him 6. Boys at MII, they got your big orange face. All year long is the place to be to hear some Vols for life talking Tennessee. You can hate us if you want, but we sure ain't